How do we reply when someone says thank you? You're welcome is the most common response, but we have many other phrases in English as well. Today you'll learn multiple ways to respond to thank you so you can speak English more fluently. First, I'll teach you the phrases, and then we'll see examples of how to use them in short conversations in different situations. I've also prepared a free PDF download for you, which has all the information from today's lesson as well as a quiz to help you practice and review. To get it, click on the link under this video in the description. Enter your email address and you'll get a message with that downloadable PDF. All right, first let's learn the 10 phrases. Try repeating them after me. You're welcome. That's the most common response to thank you. No problem. This reply emphasizes that what you did was not inconvenient for you. No worries. That's the same thing as no problem, but it's a little more informal. Don't mention it. This reply is often used after someone thanks you for something small. My pleasure. This reply tells the other person that helping made you happy. Anytime. This reply communicates that you are willing to help in the future as well. It was the least I could do. This response is often used in a situation when the problem was big and you did something small to assist. Glad to help. This reply emphasizes that you are happy to help. Sure. This reply is informal. Thank you. Use this when you also have something to thank the other person for. Okay, now let's see how we would use these phrases in real situations. Conversation number 1. John says, "Thanks for helping me with my English homework." And Mary replies, "You're welcome." So you're welcome is a good response. It can be used in any situation, a professional setting, a casual setting, anything. Just make sure that when you're writing you're welcome, you spell your Y-O-U''-R-E and not just Y-O-U-R, okay? Conversation number 2. Sarah says, "Thanks for giving me a ride to the airport." And Phil replies, "No problem." In this case, Phil did Sarah a favor. He brought her to the airport when she needed a ride. He took time out of his day and he used his car for Sarah's benefit. That might have been inconvenient for him, but he says, "No problem," to reassure Sarah that it was not inconvenient. Conversation number 3. Brian says, "Thank you so much for covering my shift at work. I owe you one." And Nathan replies, "No worries." Brian and Nathan both work at the same restaurant. Brian needed a day off for some reason, and Nathan covered his shift. That means he worked in his place. So Brian thanks Nathan and says, "I owe you one," which means I am obligated to do you a favor in the future. Nathan replies, "No worries," to emphasize that working in Brian's place was not a problem for him. Conversation number 4. Kelly says, "You've got a lot of groceries. I'll help you put them in your car." And Jill says, "Thanks so much." Kelly replies, "Don't mention it." So in this situation, Kelly sees that Jill needs some help. And after Jill thanks her, Kelly says, "Don't mention it," to say that this was a small thing, no need for tons of thanks. Conversation number 5. Joe says, "Thank you for treating me to dinner. It's very kind of you." And Reuben replies, "My pleasure." So Reuben has treated Joe to dinner. That means he paid for Joe's dinner at the restaurant. And after Joe thanks him, Reuben says, "My pleasure," to emphasize that he was happy to do that. Conversation number 6. Tina says, "Thanks for listening to my problems and giving me advice. It meant a lot to me." And Danielle replies, "Anytime." So Danielle helped Tina by providing emotional support and advice. After Tina thanks her, Danielle says, "Anytime," to tell Tina that she is willing to do this whenever Tina needs it. Conversation number 7. Jenny says, "Thank you for bringing me lunch while I was recovering from surgery. I really appreciate it." And Lauren replies, "It was the least I could do." So in this conversation, Jenny had surgery and was unable to do some basic tasks while she was recovering. Lauren did a kind thing and brought Jenny some lunch. When Jenny thanks her, she says, "It was the least I could do," because Jenny probably needs lots of help and Lauren just did one small thing to make her life easier. Conversation number 8. Pamela says, "Thanks for helping me move into my new apartment. It would have taken me forever without you." And Ryan replies, "Glad to help." Ryan helped Pamela with a big task, moving all her stuff into a new apartment. When Pamela says thank you, Ryan replies, glad to help, to tell Pamela that he was happy to do it. He could also say happy to help or glad I could help. Conversation number 9. Henry says, excuse me, do you know what time it is? Eva replies, yeah, it's 4:15. Henry says, thanks. And Eva replies, sure. In this conversation, Henry asked Eva for some information and thanked her when she provided it. She replies, sure, to acknowledge that, of course, I would give you that information. Conversation number 10. Laura says, your order is confirmed. We'll ship the products tomorrow. Thank you for your business. And Andy replies, thank you. So these are two people in a business relationship. Andy's company has bought some products from Laura's company. After Laura thanks Andy for purchasing, Andy replies, thank you, to also thank Laura for providing and sending the products. Now you've got a lot more options for responding when someone says thank you, and you know when to use them in different situations. Remember to download the free lesson PDF by clicking on the link under this video and putting in your email. And if you want to learn English phrases for many, many more situations in daily life, I'd encourage you to join my everyday English speaking courses so you can find out exactly what to say, giving you more confidence and more fluency. You can find those courses at espressoenglish.net. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.